Sonja again from East Coast Recovery, and this week we've got Adam from Norfolk. Hi, Adam.
Hello.
Hello. Thanks for giving us your time, Adam. Adam's going to be answering some questions for us about coming into rehab, coming into recovery, about the detox. Adam's been clean for 13, 14 months. How long was you with us in East Coast, Adam?
3 months.
So you got a good foundation. So the first question, Adam, is what was the point that you knew that you needed help?
Deep down, it was probably years ago, but I didn't admit it until probably a couple of weeks before I came into rehab. I had 2 previous detoxes at home before that, but I relapsed. I was in denial.
What was your experience of detoxing in with us, Adam?
The actual detox was great. It was about a week long, and it beats home detox, where I experienced hallucinations and 30 days of hell, really, before I relapsed a week later. So the environment of rehabilitation during the detox, no access to alcohol, was the first stage of my recovery, was the medical detox.
Do you think that it made a difference, Adam, having 24-hour staff to care for you, people, the majority of the staff at East Coast are in recovery? Do you think that made a big difference?
It made a massive difference. My sister did the home detox, but she works, she's got kids, must have been hell for her, and she researched it, but she didn't have the experience, all the other stuff that goes with it. So I do think it's important to have that 24-hour care in the beginning, because you're in a very, very, very vulnerable situation, a life and death situation. So you need professional help if you can get it.
Why do you think that a detox alone is not enough? Now, you've got the experience of it, so can you tell the audience about why a detox is not enough?
Well, I think detox can work at home, but it's only a sticking plaster. The real problem is in your head. Anyone can detox, get through that, but that's just the beginning of what needs to happen. Otherwise, you'll pick up again. I needed the 12-step program, spiritual side, and basically start again, clean my brainwashing, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
And basically knock myself, or get knocked down by someone, to the basics in my head, and start back up again and rebuild. And ECR did that for me. Something you could never have at home or in a hospital.
No, definitely not. When you think about us people in early recovery, when you take the drugs and drink away from us, just for myself, that's when I could feel the problems started to arise, because then I wasn't being anaesthetized in any way, whether it was drugs or alcohol. So, and I think that you relate to this. I think that once you take the drugs away from me, I start to feel the self, the fear, the anger, the torment. The torment starts. And I think for myself, I think that the 12 steps irons that out. What was your experience? Do you think that?
First of all, discipline, because we're all totally undisciplined and selfish. So at first, when our first few days, I was like, well, I don't want to get up at 7 a.m. I don't want to clean a toilet. I'm paying for this. But it's all done for a reason, and that is to bring you back down to a child.
Yeah.
And then when that's done, and there's a bit of order, you can start on the therapy and start recovering. So yeah, it's a very good environment to be in. Also, obviously, with other people in the same boat, so you're all in it together, and it's a great opportunity to live again.
So when you look at your experience, I see it time after time. People come in, we show them what the program is. It's a program that works all around the world. Every single day there's 12-step meetings, whether it's AA, CA, NA, whatever anonymous fellowship it is. And it's a pathway that's already been trodden. Trailblazers, they've already done it and they know it works. And I think that people like yourself that have been into us, we've carried the message, we've told you about recovery, what's the problem and what to do about it. You've gone out and followed it up and carried on doing what we've suggested, and you've stayed clean. And then the ones that don't.
I mean, it sounds corny, but it's brought me so much joy being sober that I want to pass it on, and I want people to feel how I feel now.
Yeah.
A year on, or 15 months on from my very near death experiences, my seizures, my drinking vodka on the couch. You know, it's like going through a car wash, going through ECR, and I came out and I was determined, because the tools were there in place, and you know, the whole spiritual side. I'd have laughed at people who said you'll have a spiritual side by the end of it, because it never really occurred to me that, you know, when I was drinking in denial, I didn't even think about that. I just thought I wouldn't go to rehab because they can't help me. I could give up any time if I wanted to anyway. So it was only when I got really ill that I went in, and things happened in there. And I thought, well, I've tried everything else. No cure for this disease. So I'll pray. And I prayed for a couple of small things in the house, and these things happened. And I don't know whether it's a coincidence or a miracle, but it gave me even more strength and faith. And it was a bit of a snowball effect for me then. When, you know, the dark came, I had somewhere to turn. And even if I didn't fully believe it, I felt that something was there, and it was distracting me from the dark side. And if that helps, pray.
No, definitely.
Yeah, that's
I
what
think
I say.
there's a saying, isn't there? Whatever you want in your heart, so shall that be. And I think that if someone wants to get clean with all their heart and is willing to go to any lengths to get it, they're going to stay clean and get clean. But the ones that don't and think that it's just a holiday, or they don't make use of the information that's been given to them, and they don't do what we've suggested, then they pay just such a heavy price.
It's what we need, and that's what we need is some kind of spiritual aspect to it, because as we all know, it's highly unlikely that you'll stay clean if you don't follow the 12-step program and prove it. Here is the proof. I drink a lot of coffee now, though, so you've got to be careful.
Thank you very much for giving us your time. You look fantastic. Thank you very much.
I wouldn't say that. Yeah.
Well, you do, compared to what you looked like when you first come in. You've lost about 30 years.
Yeah, thank you, Sonja. No, it's a pleasure.
Bye-bye.